Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I have a quick tutorial. This is the third time of making this, so hopefully the dog won't bark. Nobody will need me. No emergencies will happen in the next 15 minutes. Today, I am going to be doing some hidden journaling spots. Each of these have 2 journaling spots on each side of the book page. It opens like an insert. I've used different sizes to show you we can make them out of any size book page, and different bands on the side. There's so many different ways to do this. So many different things you can use and make it your own. Maybe you're already doing this and you can show me how you have done your hidden spots. I would love that if you'd leave a comment in the link below. So on the smaller one, I have used, for the band, used coffee filter collage or decoupage to collage magazine. The round sticker in the middle is kind of disguising my split there. This is the one we'll do in the tutorial today, and I have gold on the other side. I've kind of left that so that when I go to put this into my whichever journal, I can, if I want to decorate more, I can do that, or leave it as it is. This one has a lot of lace, crochet pieces, some enamel dots to give it some color, and 2 spots on this one as well. And then of course on the other side we have a lot of lace, paper flowers, enamel dots, and the big flower in the center is actually glued down, kind of disguising the split, and then it just slides. These 2 pieces just kind of slide underneath that flower, like so. Thought that one was pretty. This one I'm not sure about. I don't think it makes much sense. I'm not sure why I've done it. But anyway, this has a pocket in the front, and then it has a belly band. The reason it has a belly band is I didn't split this one. I didn't separate the pieces. But so you have to pull out both journaling spots at the same time. And it is splatter painted book page back to some packing paper. I think it's kind of neat, but I'm not really sure it makes much sense. It was just something I was trying out while I was making the different shapes and sizes, like so. I think it would be okay if I hadn't put the pocket. I don't know. The other side is lace with some flowers. And then the centerpiece on this one is glued down. The joining piece and the flowers kind of hide the cuts. On this one is a scrappy fabric strip. And they're easy to hide on this because my fabric pieces have rough edges. So I just made sure they went over where the cut was at. I had my scrappy edge. On the back side I have some trim doily that I put some paper flowers on. This piece is glued to the paper, and then the side pieces just slide underneath it. So my doily is kind of my disguise. Same thing on this one, crochet, trim. These are just different ways showing you. This one I messed up because I was thinking I would make one big piece, so I ended up just putting not a hidden spot on the back of this one. The last one is lace and ribbon. This has a brad glued down to it. I didn't run the brad through. I just glued it onto the page. And these buttons were white, brand new white buttons. Witchcraft Do You Do has a tutorial to show you how to age buttons. And it's so simple. You just take your white buttons, put them in a little baggie, and sprinkle a couple of dots of alcohol ink, and it gives them this really neat look. On the back side of this one, I made a scrappy paper strip. Again, it's easy to hide because they're kind of going everywhere. One just overlaps the other. Anyway, I thought these were really fun, different ideas for book pages, inserts into your book journals, and we're going to make one of these today really quick. One great thing about these is now you have all of these book pages that are ready to go for your journals, and with the exception of this one, they're all pretty neutral, so you can add them to anything, and they're ready to go. They're already decorated, and they already have hidden spots, extra spots, journaling spots, just like a book that you put this one in would probably be a pretty small book, and you have 4 extra spots to journal in just this one page. Without further ado, I've rambled on long enough. I just wanted to show you all the different ways, varieties you can do this, because I have, 6 here, and then the back side, 6 more, 12 different ways to do these pages, and so quick and easy. Let's get started. We'll need 2 book pages, same size. I'm just going to fold it in half, like so, and I'm going to make 2 small ones. I don't do any measuring really in this tutorial, so if you need measurements, I'm sorry, this probably isn't going to be the best teaching experience. So I fold it in half, I take off the top piece, and you're going to want, I like to have my pieces to come out to the open side of the book versus in the seam, because it just seems like it's kind of hard to get them in and out. On the front side, you're going to want this to come out to the right. On the back side, they're going to come out to the left. So we're going to open this up. I'm going to line it up on my little cutting board here. And then I'm just going to make some small marks. And it looks like this sheet is about 5 inches. So I'm going to come about 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch from the edge of the paper. And same from the top. So, and again, this doesn't have to be precise. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to cut down about that much. I'm going to go down on the ways, and I'm going to leave a little space in between, and I'm going to do the same thing. Just like so. So now I have my 2 spots. Now I'm going to go to the other side, the left side, and do the same thing, because I'm going to have journaling spots back, or hidden spots back there as well. And I do try to get my cuts as even as I can, then just so they'll have a nice line up on the page. I'm going to go ahead and glue these, and then I will cut my hidden pieces. And I don't glue in the center. I just glue around the 3, the top, bottom, and the front. Trying to keep it as close to the edge as I can. These are pretty fragile book page, so when I go to use it, I will probably put some washi tape or something in the seam to make it a little sturdier. Make sure I've got my holes still open, and I do. This one's going to be really small. I didn't cut it very big. Might take my scissors and nip it just a little bit more. A little too small, I think. Flip it over, and I will glue the other side. I always like to push my glue towards the outer edge of where I've glued so that the glue will run out and not in. Alright, so now we have our book page. I just have some pieces here left over, so I'm going to make my little journal spots from these. This one I'll need to trim down just a little bit. I'm going to cut it in half and use it for both pieces. Let's see if that fits. I'm going to slice just a little bit more off of it so that it fits in both sides easily. Alright, that's wonderful. Fold it in half where I have 2 even pieces. I would say it's a good idea to make sure your piece comes out of your cut a little bit so that you have room to glue at the top whatever you're going to decorate with. But really it doesn't matter, because if it's too short, you still can glue to the top, and that's going to hold it from falling all the way down. So as you can see, it's still a little long for my page half, so I'm going to trim this down about halfway. Just making sure they're below my page, and they are. Show you kind of how they're, see, and they're not the same height, but that's okay. They're kind of sitting below the page, and that's what matters. I think for this one, I'm going to use just ribbon. Got some gold ribbon here. I will use that along the edge. It covers the top. I'm going to trim a piece. You can trim it a little longer than your sheet. That way you have plenty, and we can always trim it down later. How I've been doing it, I've been using Fabri-Tac, especially because I've been using a lot of crochet and laces, so it just sticks better. I just add a little bit of Fabri-Tac in the middle of what's showing. You don't want it all the way down, and you don't try not to get it on your book page, because we need it to still slide in and out. The same on this piece. Then I'm going to pull them out just to make sure I'm not stuck to my page, and I'm not. So, but I'm going to finish working on them like this. And I'm just going to trim right through the middle here. And I think for my piece, my disguise piece, this time I'm just going to use a sticker. You want something that's big enough to cover your opening. I think I'm going to stick with this, just a round button. And it has a little lift up thing on the back. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that for now. I will. Giving these a second to dry. They feel pretty dry. No glue seeping out. You can round the corners if you like. I do like my corners rounded. I'm going to slide them back in. Make sure the bottom doesn't seal, because we want that to be able to slide over your page. So there's still a little lip, and we want that. And actually with the gold trim, it hides it pretty good because there's so much busy going on. I may just leave it like this on this side, and then when I go to put this, insert this into a book, I'll decorate it with whatever the theme or pattern is of the book I'm adding it to. So I may save this circle for the other side. We have that side done. Now I'm going to flip it over and make two more. And see, they're not even. That's fine. So now I'm going to pick something else to be my side. I have some of this collaged magazine page, just random, tore and turned different ways, collaged, and then I decoupaged a used coffee filter on the top, and I'm thinking I'm gonna just use that. Again, glue towards the top, because I want it to be able to hang over. Just making sure I have this even with my page so that it's not poking over the top, because the back of it isn't very pretty. Then I'm going to do the same for the bottom piece. Now I'm going to take the pieces out just to make sure I'm not stuck to my page. This is pretty dry, so I'm going to go ahead and put it back in my pockets, making sure it's setting where I want it. And then I'm just going to eyeball where I want this. This is how I like to do it. I'm just going to trim like this. I'm going to put my pieces back in. Then I'm going to glue down this piece. Slide it down in through there and make sure everything fits well. So I'm just kind of marking where I'm going to glue, because I'm going to take out these pieces while I'm gluing the center, just to make sure I don't accidentally glue them down. Now we can just slide our pieces underneath this circle. Well, the right way, of course. I have to trim this side because my circle it's not wanting to slide underneath my circle. Like so. And then you have what looks like a belly band, which it can be. You can tuck something underneath there. There's your belly band and your hidden spots. I love this. There's one side and the other side. Trim these up. And just that easy, you have 2 hidden journaling spots and a belly band. I love that. Put some pieces in this side too. How easy was that? Very quick and easy. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like and subscribe. And let me know your thoughts on this project. Did you love it? Hate it? Already been doing it for many years? Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.